Bang, mate. Oh, what the.
What is good? What's poppin', everybody? My name is C.
And my name is Notion.
Yes, it is. And welcome to episode, I think this is 43? I wrote it down before. Or was it 44? Fuck, I never remember. 44? Mm-hmm. 44. Bad Habits of Podcast. We in the building. We got Notion. We got Dan.
As always, right here.
He's a little closer.
There he is.
By popular demand, Notion. Do you want to tell them what we're going to be doing today by popular demand?
We're going to get this little chap's mug on the screen a bit more.
The people have spoken.
The people have asked. Multiple people have asked over multiple weeks to see more of young Daniel when he yaps his chaps.
And you know what we are, Notion? We are people of the people.
We are providers. We are.
And we deliver what people want. And if they want some Daniel,
we are servants of the fans. We are servants of the comment section.
We are,
AKA my text messages.
Yeah, which is just as good. If
that's fine. It's close. It came from the close.
Can I ask? Networks. I didn't ask you before. Exactly, it's very true. Do you want to put them on blast to us, or you want to tell me later? Not that it matters, I'm sure, but I'm curious.
We'll keep on the low those.
Okay, all right. Okay,
don't want to put anybody out there because some people might be like, no, don't say anything.
Okay, all right.
Know.
You know what? I
respect everybody's business. You know.
I like that. See, that was a test, and you passed.
But it was a great suggestion, and then the third time I got up, I'm telling the boys, gotta put it forward. That was all.
I love it.
You're extra mugs.
So we're just figuring it out.
Mug, so we'll just chuck it on.
So basically, now whenever Dan is going to say more than like a sentence, he's gonna jump in and show his pretty face.
He's gonna pop it in.
And we were considering other ways to do it because we were like, Dan has it obviously on a computer. So I want to just clarify for folks as well. The initial point is Dan's job was to be like fucking Parks on Joe Budden or what's the cunt? Jamie on Joe Rogan. And that was how I pitched it to Dan when he was still in England. He's like, yeah, man, I'm fucking down. And you mentioned a dude from a podcast you listened to. Started with C. Casey?
It was Chucky, the actual podcast called Chucky. The host is Chucky.
Is that the dude who always wears the fly tracksuits that I've seen you watch before? That's a cool podcast.
Yeah, he's so good.
And they're in that studio.
That
place is nice.
So good.
So you already know who I was talking about. And then that was how I sold it to you. Be like, yo, you want to come on? And then obviously now you've been on all the channels, High Season, TMF, and BAOS. So, you already know the fucking deal. Mm-hmm. So, it's time. It's time. We're episode 44. You've been on since episode 10 or 11 or something. I mean, we talked about it the other day. Didn't we figure it out? I think
it was 10.
Something like that. Yeah, I feel like we talked.
Very early days, yeah.
The super early.
Even
days.
though we're still also early days, but at the first quarter of the early days.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, like obviously, there's significantly more episodes with you in it than not. So you know the fucking vibes. So that's what's happening with Daniel. This evening, I am drinking a.
What are you sipping on, mate?
This is a House of Terpenes limonene and sparkling tonic. I've had this before in here. 5 milligrams.
Nice.
Chill.
I think I had that flavor too.
Yeah, it's nice.
I've had it. It's nice.
This one's good, man. What are you sipping on there, Nosh?
Mate, I got myself something special.
Wow,
I didn't realize it was a big boy until anyway. But the new version of Everything Goes Away from Blood Brothers is a triple IPA with Mosaic, Lotus, and Cashmere in it. It's 11.5%. So wish me luck, please and thanks.
Oh, I saw him post that. That's very like reverence Barrelworks and shit. I'm not gonna get into beer talk here, but that's dope.
Yeah, firebombs.
That's dope. How is it? Good? I guess it's you didn't realize
it's insane. It's like a chew on. It's like a meal.
Oh, it looks sexy. Nice.
It's just thick and hectic pause.
I love it. Big plus. We got a collab. You and me were organizing a collab. I don't know if people really know that about beer. We'll sprinkle that in because no one here really gives.
Let's talk about it. It's news.
Basically, people can do collaborations with breweries. Breweries collaborate with each other. Typically, it's a shared financial responsibility. They split the money. Sometimes it's just a marketing thing where it's sort of like, hey, we come up with the recipe together. We all go to your place and brew it together or whatever and release the beer. Obviously, during these times, a lot of those types of collabs aren't happening because it's not safe, so they're doing it virtually. And so we've been doing collabs since the first one was, I think we talked about it before, was for your album launch for Heart on My Sleeve back in April 2017. We've been collabing for 4 years. So I guess we had the podcast for 2 years before doing a collab, and then yours was the first. And I've written them all down. I tried to keep a record of everything because I always forget shit. I think we've done close to 10, but we have regular ones we do every year. We have 2 that we do here in Quebec every year.
Yeah.
And we just organized another one. I don't know. Should we say what it is? I guess it doesn't matter.
I mean, sure.
Sure. So there's a brewery in Toronto called Rorschach, close to Nosh. We both interviewed Matt the owner on our other podcast recently, and he's a really good dude. I've had him.
Give it a plug, mate. Give it a plug.
Here, check out BOS podcast. If you like craft beer and there's good stories, having a bit of chin wag, not much rap talk. I tone it down and we don't say the C word, but it's good. Yeah. And
professional.
We keep it thorough. Yeah. And we were having a chat. We had a really good night when Notion co-hosts BOS with me here and there. You actually co-hosting again next week. You just did one a couple of weeks ago as well. So you've been like all up in it. Podcast God over here.
All up in it. All up in it.
All up in it. And we were just talking with Matt, and we was talking about doing a collab because we just had a really good chat, and we came up with an idea for I sent him some Aussie
snacks.
Chocolate bar snacks. Treats in it. Wee sweeties.
Wee sweeties.
Wee sweeties. And he actually calls them wee sweeties now. Wee sweeties.
Does he? Oh, full on. Perfect.
When your parents send stuff for Christmas, that's what you said. It was like a box of stuff. It was like,
bunch of like Irish sweets.
Box of wee sweeties.
Classic. So anyway, I sent Matt a bunch of stuff from here. I had access to some, and he chose one, and basically he replicated a beer. He made a beer form of an Australian chocolate bar we have called Cherry Ripe, which is cherries and coconut. It's like a Bounty but with cherries. So like desiccated coconut.
That's the closest thing you can. Yeah.
So I think it's a 7% stout. The actual series is called Decadence, but I was like, let's call it Decadent As for like Aussie. So it looks basically the same, and he was down with it. So he chucked our logo on there. I haven't seen the label yet, but Notion is going tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow I'll let you know, mate. Take a couple of flicky pickies and.
I guess it's probably released like ASAP, and I guess if you can just shoot me out whatever he gives you, so I can get coverage. But
whatever he gives me, I'm going to put into a box and just send it in the mail with all the other shit.
So I don't know when it'll drop. I imagine they don't sit on these for too long. Eh? They probably just can.
Unless it has to can condition, which he may or may not do. I don't know if he really is into that. And so usually the stuff that he's dealing with is super, super fresh ingredients and doesn't need to really sit like that. Brewing style doesn't do the can conditioning much. So I will find out tomorrow and keep a man's posted.
Please do. And
I'm excited.
Promo. Yeah, that's great. So
Decadent As.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I'm glad because we all came up with it together. It was just like a fun thing that came together really quick. They were fantastic. By the way, I don't keep talking about beers. The last thing I'll say, you sent me 2 of Rorschach's beers. I feel like I'm just having a phone call with you and just recording it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
You sent me 2 of Rorschach's beers.
We should just do that as another podcast.
All right, seriously. And then one of the IPAs was like 2 months old, and I had it on the weekend, and it was fucking fire. I couldn't believe 2 months old IPAs is such dick. I feel like we're losing viewers, so I probably should have stopped talking about beer. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that for this before. It was really good.
I love it.
Anyways, check what I got today.
We're doing this? We're doing it. What do we got?
Oh, the drip.
Shoes.
Oh,
look at that, shoes.
For those on the audio, I got a pair of the Yeezy 700 V2s in cream is the new colorway here. This is the what's it called? The dad shoe. If you think about the dad shoe, like I used to not fuck with these, but like I don't know, man. This is real sexy to me. This is a great looking shoe.
Looks pretty slick, us.
Yeah,
it's a good trim down from some of the fat on the other models I've seen. It looks kind of normal.
And just like
because they're very extra usually.
Yes, they are. And these have these little like the foamy little lines of this shit on the side as well, like all the fucking holes.
See, the bottom line is, mate. My question is, are they comfy?
Yeah, so they fit different to the 350. Remember, the only reason I did this because last week I was bitching about the 350s. So like these fit. They're perfect. The problem with Yeezys, they're half a size.
Are they a different shape?
No, compared to the other one, yes, slightly. I'm half a size, so I'm a 12 typically, and you have to get half a size up in Yeezy, so I get 12 and a half. And these, well, it's just like it's the only way. That's what the internet tells you to do, and I did that for the last pair. The 350s are a little
Nice.
snugger because they have that, they call it the sock shoe or something. You know,
the prime knit thing, or
the prime knit, but it fits like a sock. The way that the shoe, because there's no like rim at the top that they normally have. It's like it fits like a sock or whatever the fuck is on my face.
Out of focus. Yeah.
Okay. Tap that bitch. So yeah, they're really good. I'm happy with them. They arrived today. Got them on. I just went for the raffle. Oh, someone gave us a thumbs down. Wow.
That's hilarious.
That feels like a.
Let's give him a round of applause for being a fucking
hating us.
hater.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome. Hey, you know what? I swear to God, I looked through our Movement Fam YouTube a matter of months ago, but out of every single video that we've ever put out, we've never got a thumbs down.
Are you serious?
And that I believe that may be the very first thumbs down I've ever got in my entire life digitally.
I wonder why.
That's
you know what
fucking amazing.
That's actually really funny. That's a good.
I really appreciate that some dumb cunt took the time to give us a thumbs down. That just took like a nanosecond of a click. That's great.
Right.
I love it.
I
want to get a comment.
Yeah. Now,
why don't you like us, mate? What's the deal?
Yeah, let us know. Tell us this is what I think they need to do. They need to put. If you're gonna thumbs down a video, I think
they need to give like a
write
one sentence reason.
Yeah, or minimum character, like 50 characters or something to say why. Because like
minimum 50
or whatever. Okay, like 20 or something. You know what I'm saying?
that's a bit.
Some
people can't count to 50, mate.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that bloke that just did thumbs down.
So the interesting part about that, Mr. Thumbs Down or Ms. Thumbs Down, is thumbs down because we are inclusive with our haters.
That's true. That's true.
They don't negatively affect your engagement in the algorithm. Because I run a social media agency, I know this shit. Basically, our YouTube, when you get a thumbs down, it just counts as no different between a thumbs up and a thumbs down. It's still engagement, and it's just an indication that maybe someone doesn't agree with the point of the video, or see now the views are going back up. Talk about haters, there's more views. I love it. And there's no actual negative implications. So the thumbs down is more just like, because we on our higher season shit, every single video there's someone who doesn't like us and just wants to fuck with us and puts it every time.
Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes but it's
like 4 and then come back.
Oh, that's true.
And then
sometimes
week,
they do a run.
It happened on the live and then it went away. So
it went
that's
away.
why I think it's spam accounts, because then it's like maybe the account got deleted
and then their engagement goes away. Okay, I don't know if anyone heard that, but Tiff basically said that happens on with our high season. When it's on a live, it will appear and then it'll go away because it could have been a spam account, because we do get the spam bots commenting on TMF. So it could have been a spam bot that does it, and then when that account gets finally caught, they'll get taken away. So that's good. Oh, Craig is in the building. What up, bro? What up?
Hey.
Oh yeah,
he's here. He's out here. That's a champ. That's a champ right there. Anyway, I'm putting the champ. I'm gonna be dripping during this podcast, mate. This is a drippy podcast, Daniel.
I want you to feel drippy, even though I can't see him. I want you to feel drippy, mate.
Oh,
okay?
I feel drippy. Do you know what's interesting? These ones, when I look at them from above, they don't look so drippy, and then you look at them from the side, I'm like, yeah.
And you're like, jeez.
Yeah, I'm like, woo. They look whack with
a different design, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
the
totally
350s is like one design.
It's one thing.
That one
yeah,
is like multiple different.
Yeah.
Do you feel like going for a run, mate? Do you feel like?
No, not for it. I feel like casually strolling so people can see.
Casually strolling. You feel like stunting on these hoes.
But it's good because I'm gonna wear them outside soon. And as soon as you do, you can't wear them in the house. When I got the other Yeezys, I got them I guess I got them in the summer last year, and I was so amped. I just wore them around the house for days. I just didn't happen to go anywhere. So while they're box fresh, I just wore them around the house because I was so.
That's actually kind of fun because you feel like such a mad cunt, but you just in the confines of your own place.
Yeah, I'm just dripping. I was like, I wish the internet could see me. I got to do the laces flyer. I don't know what they're supposed to do with these. I have to look up.
We'll look at YouTube video.
Yeah. Dan knows about. You got to do the laces like super fly, or you
have to YouTube that one, buddy.
Yeah, what's it called? Hype piece lacing.
I'm old school with the tying up of the laces, mate. Just
I'm looking at it. Looks so shit with normal laces. Look at that. It's fucking terrible.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm like,
you just swag it up. 2021 laces, mate.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
get
up to date with your laces game.
Man's gonna be drippy with the kids. Anyway. All right, I guess we get into news first. We decided this is the new thing. Oh, I didn't have a question this week. We'll come up with it. That's all right. You think?
Oh, we can wing it, mate. Fucking
we always do. What's the only thing that I wrote down was to remind me to talk about the Yeezys. So
wow, of course it was.
It's very important to me. You know? What do we got popping this week, ladies and gentlemen?
I literally just got sent something by from Godric.
Oh, and shouts to the God. Let me give him some fucking Airhorns for that.
There you
go. And he's really into UFC. and they've announced that UFC next event is going to have a full crowd, and it's in Florida.
Of course.
And it's in April 24th.
Super spreader. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I'm not going to be there, so it's going to be fun.
So, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch, but I just
fun to watch for sure.
I just don't care. It's just funny.
It depends on who's fighting. It will depend on if I watch it really.
It's Usman Masvidal too.
That might be good. That's actually pretty good. That's worth it. That's they'll get Joe Rogan out for that to commentate and host. 100%. So that whenever Joe Rogan's on, it's worth a watch. Obviously, it's worth him coming out for the ducats. So it's worth you watching it to make sure don't get paid. Goods. And also, it's usually a good evening, but it's a late evening anyway. I'll probably check, but usually on the regular ones, no, mate.
No, not so much.
Yeah.
It's just so funny how
much.
Florida, like, COVID doesn't exist.
I at least just checked where it was just to make sure.
Just to be like, it was a full crowd. Did you guess it beforehand?
I guessed it. And then
Florida.
I would have said America. I wouldn't have picked Florida. That's actually funnier that it's in Florida because that's.
I already know meant to do it in Texas, but then
they usually do it in Las Vegas, don't they?
Yeah, but
they're like bread and butter in Las Vegas, but they close up.
Yeah, but I reckon maybe Nevada has stronger COVID restrictions because I know. COVID has it's basically doesn't exist in Florida. Like anybody can go there, everything's open, no one gives a fuck. And then Texas, I think they just brought in that they removed the mask mandate and social distancing. They're just like, fuck it, we good, everything's gone.
That's crazy.
Not even
wow.
close.
So like, what are their numbers and shit? Like, not to get all into that again, but like, that's weird. I have to check that out later on. That's a good googs for me later on.
Yeah, man. I think it's surprisingly less. The numbers are lower than you would imagine for that type of behavior. So it's like
that's what I was thinking. Like, but that's weird.
Otherwise, it would just be a death zone. But the same thing, obviously, like 550,000 people or whatever have died from it in the States, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it all depends on everyone's level of comfort with this type of stuff.
With the craziness, risky business.
It's funny. We're just watching Tiff and I watching this dude who's just a vlogger that we follow. He's from Toronto, but he lives in like LA, and he's just all over the world as if nothing's happening. It's unbelievable. This fucking guy.
Ballsy move.
Unbelievable. Like I've seen him all through Europe, Miami multiple times, other places in the States, all across the Caribbean. Like they just do not give a fuck. And the worst part, I'm like, I don't really. Like, I guess there's two sides to it. Like there's nobody anywhere, and most things aren't open. So, like, whilst it's kind of dope if you go to, like, Turks and Caicos, I think that's what we're watching tonight, and you go to the beach and there's literally nobody there, and you're just sitting on the beach, like, I feel like isn't there, like, a happy medium between, like, nobody there, or not enough people, not too many people there, so you get, you can get in the water without going near someone too much, or you can get a beach lounge and all that crap, but then if nobody's there and nothing's open, like, it's kind of like, what's the point? Traveling just seems so redundant right now. Unless you go into like Australia, which is basically, or New Zealand, which is, they fixed it. It's strange.
That is fucking crazy, dude. Jeffs won't be going there though.
No. I'm not going anywhere, bro. If they open,
what if you got like stacks of money to from some company to be like, oh yeah, nah, fly high season out, and everyone would you be like, yeah, nah, catch a count?
Yeah, I'd say catch a count. I don't think I'd be cool with that. We were talking about over the summer, like,
I respect that.
Do I just like, honestly, man, I don't know. Wouldn't you be pissed if you did all this time, you went through
and then you got
through a year, and then you went and caught it because you did something stupid? I don't know.
You got.
I mean, it's probably fine. I know a bunch of people who've had it. A bunch of my American friends had it and stuff, and like whatever.
I'm sure long term it ain't good, mate. But let's not play the let's not dangle the carrot.
No, but they don't know. I would disagree with that. That I'm sure they're good because that's what they don't know. And my problem is that the two things they say it fucks with is the heart and the lungs. Mm-hmm. So if you've got any of that shit in the family, we have heart stuff.
Yeah, I've got a lot of joints to smoke, mate. So we don't want to fuck around there.
Exactly. If it fucks up, you're a smoker, so you would actually concern me, even though you're a healthy guy. The fact that you're a smoker makes you more at risk, and then also the fact that we've had heart issues in the family, that would concern me for long term shit. So I'm like, just don't want to roll the dice. That's all. So we were like, I was looking like, what do we want to do this summer? I mean, we could just stay in Montreal. We're like, I wonder if there's anything. We wanted to go out west like full BC shit and do some tourism stuff or whatever.
Can't fucking wait to go. Chuck me in your suitcase, mate.
Mate, well, that was the thing. We're going to drive, and we realized how far it was.
Oh, that's cool too.
Well, yeah, but you need like a month and a half to do it, right? Because it's about a 2-week drive each way. Like it's 48 hours straight, but you could probably only drive realistically 12 hours a day or something, maybe. So then that would take you minimum 4 days. But if you wanted to see stuff, you could draw it out a bit. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, do you want to do that both ways? And we're not willing to get on a plane yet, even though mad people seem to be doing it. I'm like, no, fam. Like, that's one of the main places I think a lot of people catch it is on a plane. Because the cunts who are taking flights typically don't give a fuck. Not always, but they're the ones who are a little bit more, it's cool.
Imagine if you had to travel for work and you had like a big paying job and you're like an executive cunt that takes like a plane like a bus and you have to like, wrap up every day. I feel sorry for those blokes.
I think that shit's
they probably just work from home now.
Yeah, I think most of them did. I think some people still have to do some shit, but like there's
good
hardly
for them, guys.
anything, man, that you have to do in person now. Like have to do in person. Is it better if all three of us were in the same room? Yeah, of course, but it's not that serious. Even before COVID, would you have driven to Montreal every Monday, or I driven to fucking Toronto? Like, it wouldn't.
I mean, if I had a car that I owned, then maybe. But for renting a car and doing the way that we each, respectively get to and from our cities is like that's a lot, man. Man's ain't balling like that. Yeah.
I mean,
but if I had a car, then I'd probably would drive up like once a month and do a fucking weekend,
Well, you wouldn't do them
couple
live,
episodes.
That would be the thing. You'd have to like stack them, but then that defeats the purpose of this podcast, which is supposed to talk about topical events. So you couldn't.
That happen week to week, so you couldn't do batch.
The point. Exactly. Well, I mean, you could, but you'd have to change the whole thing on the podcast. Anyway, like there's aside from that, like I really like these virtual things. Like I enjoy it for the other podcast too.
It's not bad. Had my first like virtual Zoom with multiple. It was like 9-10 people this morning, and talking about some photography stuff. Yeah, it was great. This is like a whole production team of people from Toronto, Montreal, and El Salvador.
Oh, I know the man, Gabriel.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really cool. So just just being able to be, I woke up 10 minutes before the thing and just coffee, click, g'day guys. Nice, it was sweet.
Oh, so
you had to go nowhere for a meeting.
You hadn't been doing that the whole pandemic, I guess.
Like I've only done a couple of them. Like I didn't do them. Like everyone's been doing them. Like I know a lot of people that do them like daily to 3 times a week, and I'll do like 1 to 3 every 2 weeks, and then it'll be pitter patters. And usually it's like, it's like friends. So it's usually just like a quick FaceTime, and then it's a chat and a spliff or a beer or something. So it's like more of a liaise than a 15 to 45 minute structured meeting. So
gotcha.
It was kind of cool to have like 10 people from all different places, and it was just nice. And like most people were new. Yeah, it was great. So anyway, out here, I'm adapting. 2021, here we go.
Yeah, look at that. No scam in the future. There he is. This big old late stage millennial. Is it late millennial?
Hey, I'm catching up, mate. Hey, I just never had a need for everything else was like so close or text or email worthy. Like there wasn't many like Zoom things happening. So anyway, finally catching up, coming around.
Yeah, man, I love it. Managed to get with the times, bangs with it.
Well done.
I didn't even know what we were talking about, but the Grammys were on yesterday.
News. Yes.
And there were some super interesting awards. First of all, I want to shout out Kaytranada here in Montreal. Motherfucking
round of applause right there. That's a big one.
The man dropped 2
yes.
Grammys. One was best like dance electronic single, and then the best album, same category. He used to come to our event in Hebo Karaoke there in his crew.
Yep.
Like his barber is my barber. Like I
Exactly.
did a project with Dr.
Shout out to Dave.
We called him Les. Yeah, Dave. Dave's been in your videos and stuff. Dave's the homie. So it's like he's like super connected to the people here that are around. Like I don't know him or anything, but met him a couple of times. He's always been super cool. And it's just cool to see. It's cool to see like a dude from here who just made good shit. He didn't have any plans. He just made
super well deserved, humble ass fucking dude making crazy music, and he just getting the flowers, and everyone's happy for it. So it's a good thing to see so much support online from him and toward him. So it's great.
Yeah, I saw Marty, Dr. Mad, who was the dude I did a project with. He tweeted just before, an hour or two ago. I saw it, and he was like,
Yeah.
funny story. I think they said it was like 2011. They just had a beat session, and they were at Burger King on St. Catherine's, just opposite, bless you, opposite the bay
Thanks.
there. And they were talking. They must have been young at 2011, these boys. And actually, I met him around that time. And they were like, "Yo, what do you want to do? You know, when you're older?" And his name's Kevin, Kaytranada. And he was like, "Oh, I want to do music." And they all laughed at him. Like, "Nah, seriously." He's like, "No, music." And then now, 10 years later, motherfucker has 2 Grammys. It's fucking crazy.
10 years later, that's such a short time. Essentially, some people have like longer spans. So he's a lucky dude. Oh,
shouts to Eric.
Uncle Eric.
What a champion.
Flamers. He's a beautiful flamer, isn't he?
Just got a second thumbs down. Shouts to you.
Oh, second thumbs down. I really hope one of them is like
someone
we
for
know.
real, someone watching and they got mad and they go.
They're like,
it's probably the bot. I
counts.
would imagine. Anyway, I think it's really funny. Maybe we could do a thumbs down count.
Oh, the ratios are pretty good. 5 and 2. This is great. This is good. This is good odds.
4. Oh, it says 4. You've seen extras. Yeah, everyone, if you're watching, give it a thumbs up. We need to outrank these either the bots or the haters. Let's go. Let's do it. Fuck. What else? Other good ones.
I love it.
Kanye. Funnily enough, Kanye won for the best gospel Christian album for Jesus is King, and another Montreal dude who I never met. I spoke to him online before. His name's Dirtwork. He was just a dude producing for like local underground rappers out here. He worked and hustled. They all were down with excuse me, OVO dude. So I think they got in through them. But he co-produced, I think, a song called Follow God with Timbaland and a bunch of other people. And then Jesus King won a Grammy, and then he got the Grammy too, which was super cool. So,
that's fire.
Yeah, I love to see that. I think that's really cool. So there's a couple from Montreal alone. Were there any other notable? I saw that Beyonce won the most Grammys ever for I don't know if it was for a female or for period
in
all time, and she got 28. Jay-Z tied with Kanye for 23. Meg Thee Stallion got 3.
You could have likes.
Oh shit! Everyone came through. Yo, round of applause for y'all, man. Hey. We're at 8 likes and 2 thumbs down.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's probably bots now. I see that. It's probably bots. So thank you guys. I love it. See? Real people.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
We got good people. We never been that good people.
What are the real people, yo?
Any other good ones that were interesting? So best rap
a bunch of things.
Sorry, no, we're still going through the Grammys. Still going through the Grammys.
Oh, Grammys, right.
Sorry, I was saying to Dan. Sorry to interrupt you there.
I was looking up.
Extra stuff. Keep doing that, though, please. Meg Thee Stallion won for Savage, featuring Beyonce, for the best rap performance. Best melodic rap performance was Anderson.Paak for Lockdown. I didn't see that. That's great. That's a great winner. Best rap song was... Oh, Savage. Okay, sorry. I didn't see that.
Same?
Her one as well.
Megan P. Oh, yeah, I've seen that song.
Thundercat.
Oh, yeah, Thundercat one. I saw the really cool video of him and someone else. They were, like, all crying and shit. Best rap album was Nas, King's Disease, produced by Hit Boy. So Hit Boy won. I saw.
It was Thundercat and Hit Boy having a cuddle.
Was that who that was? Oh, I thought because
sharing the moment. Yeah, because like
that makes sense. Which was cool, man. And I saw a video of Big Sean telling Hit Boy that they won for that, and he like turned around and cried. And I was like, "That's beautiful," because it was Nas.
That was that one too. I'm getting confused. There you go. That's what it was.
And then there was because the other dude who was hugging Thundercat also had dreads, and I don't think Hit Boy has dreads.
Swaggy cunts.
There was Nas's first Grammy ever in 91, like 30 years of music or whatever, which is super cool. People thought it was just like a what do you call it? Like the shut up and here you go Grammy type of thing. Well, I've got 11 thumbs up now. Y'all are like riding. Fuck, man.
Let's do it.
Champions. Black Parade, the Beyonce song, won for Best R&B Performance. Best Traditional R&B Performance went to Ladisi, Anything For You. I think that's how you say her name. Best R&B Song was Better Than I Imagined, the Robert Glasper, Michelle Nadigacello. Is that who it is? Oh, featuring her as well. Her name's Gabriella, that's right, I forgot.
Gangsta.
Best Progressive R&B Album was Thundercat, It Is What It Is, we were just talking about, which is really cool.
Okay.
Best R&B album was Bigger Love from John Legend, which is actually a really good album. And Back to the Rap. Yeah. Okay, so that's who took it out in the categories that we tend to give a flying fuck about here. And then obviously the electronic was Kaytranada to represent. So, interesting. I've seen a lot of pretty mixed people say Grammy's trash, say like
It's interesting.
yeah, like the feedback was back and forth.
There are
I get
songs that I wouldn't even compare.
Probably the
same Grammy.
best lineup for a while, right?
for the best rap album, because I think we did tweak about it, was phenomenal. But it's almost like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they like. Someone was tweeting though, like what does it mean to get a Grammy in 2021? Like who cares?
Yeah, these days not as much. Doesn't have as much. It's not held as highly.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's still fucking cool, and it means your price is going
Yeah,
to
still-
go up, and it's like
That's
industry
true. That's true.
recognition.
Industry
Like, don't
recognition
get- they're not
from.
rigged or anything, but it's all about. It's the same as the Junos as well. It's like a lobbying thing. Like, I think the people who really make the because I was a Junos. I think I'm allowed to say it now. I was a Junos judge in 2019, I think, for the best R&B album. But like, apparently, the point is with people judging them, you get lobbied or whatever by the industry people or the artists. I'm sorry, would lobby the judges and be like, "Yo, make sure." I don't know what they do. They offer you stuff, or they just be like, "Hey, put in a good word" or some shit. So, I know it's interesting. So, okay, so that was the Grammys. Interesting shit that went down yesterday. Bunch of good performances apparently, but I didn't check them. I didn't really look into even where to watch them. So I was like,
Yeah, I only saw the Bruno Mars and Anderson one on their Instagram, which was pretty cool.
I kept
That was
hearing
pretty,
super cool.
I think the only clip that I saw, and they fucking smashed it because they sung it live too, and it was just as good, if not better than the recording. Was out of control.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
So-
week next week. I think their album might drop. I know that the god, the king of Canada, Stratford, Ontario,
Oh my
is
goodness,
motherfucking
oh my
beast.
goodness.
You know what
Very
I'm saying?
own.
The tattered lord. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Mr.
Jeez.
Western Ontario, fucking Justin the God Biebs got the album dropping
All
next
right,
week.
all right, man,
Justice,
back it
you know what
up.
I'm saying?
All right,
Just want
man.
to
All
shout
right,
it
man.
out.
Wrap it up.
So everyone
Wrap
out
it
here,
up.
you know what I'm saying? Biebs, give us thumbs up for Biebs.
They're going to get so many thumbs up for Beebs. I tell you what. And that's, you know what, I'm here for that. I'll take those. I'll take those thumbs up for Beebs. If you want to give us a subscribe too, you can do that while you're down there.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, dude. I know we say at the end of every
Yeah,
episode,
fucking
but
give
yeah,
us a
subscribe.
fucking how you going. Give us a subscribe, mate. If you
So
haven't
you get the
already, and if you
notifications.
have, bless your cotton socks, mate.
Mate, that's what they say in Australia, mate.
That's what they fucking do say.
What do we? What else do we have? What else is going on? What else is going on?
News. I got a bunch of stuff. Well, a bunch of little snippets, screenshots and things. A couple from a girl D here. We got Drake became the first artist in history to simultaneously debut in all 3 top spots on the Hot 100.
Yes.
For 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. That's that's a round of applause right there. I don't know who else. There's no one else.
Why don't you Drizzly give me that for Drizzly?
The
Funny thing
Drizzler.
about that, it was the
What?
same order, the same track order as the EP.
Oh wow.
Get fucked.
Like what's next, the Little Baby song, and then the
Everyone was just,
Oh wow.
just running it back to front. No one's
they just ran it back to
skip.
front.
That's
Mm.
interesting.
I'm not sure what Craig's talking about here because it's always delayed and we always fuck around. He said Angelica's Barbie doll from Rugrats. I don't know what that was.
I know
referring to.
who that is, but
I know
like,
who it is.
yeah, what's
Same.
he referring to?
Yeah, I'm
Forget.
just trying to, the problem is
Sorry, mate.
because there's like a minute or 2 delay or something.
Big delay, and
Yeah.
then we get lost with our tangents. So we
Yeah, the
just
tangents.
and here we are,
Here we are.
fucking bunch of
Confused.
cunts.
That's cool. Very, very
Yeah.
impressive. Drake is just keeps winning, man. It's very cool.
Greatest of all time.
Didn't
Go-
fuck around,
go.
mate. Next,
100%.
we had flipping. It's been 1,000 days since Extentation was murdered. He's one of the most streamed rappers on Spotify. Nearly 30 million listens per month.
That's insane.
That is insane. I was like,
I mean,
wow,
look, the music
fucking-
is great. I think I really like his stuff. I
His
think
music's great.
Yeah. He was like one of the most talented of the new realm of cats. I think anyway. I always enjoyed his stuff. At first, I was like, "What is happening here? Why is he so angry? Why are they whatever?" Oh, Craig is saying there's a meme about Bieber. Okay.
Oh,
What we won't have here, Craig, is any Justin Bieber disrespect. Okay. So we're gonna need to keep that to a minimum if we can, please. Minimum.
unless it's tasteful, then I'll allow it.
Yeah, if it's tasteful being
Sorry.
slander, that's funny.
You know,
But he is the god.
you are an absolute
Dildo.
yeah. Oh, here's bad habits. I can call you a cunt-faced donkey ball eater.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's totally the Angelicus dolphin. Yeah, his hair looks fucking crazy. Okay, I'll allow that. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, beeps.
Instant redemption. I like that.
And we got another thumbs up. Fuck, you guys are legends.
Thumbs up for all dozen on you, mate.
Mate, dozen. That's a carton of eggs right there, mate.
That's a bacon. That's a bag of cunts right there, mate.
Chips with Craig.
It's a batch of cunts.
Oh, the Bieber slandering Craig. Wow.
Wow.
You know what they say, guys?
What do they say?
It be your own.
I had one of those just before we started the podcast, didn't it? I did.
Dan was beat.
Dan.
Wow.
Oh.
Everyone's just backstabbing everyone right now.
Wow. Had to go there.
I guess to see how drippy I am.
Steve Easy dropping the guppies.
So yo, Mazda's drippy. Yo, yeah.
Oh, you fucking
call me the drip guy. Okay. So I might legally change my name to that.
I think you should.
Yeah, I should do that, right? That's what I feel. Okay. Alright, no, sorry, keep going. I'm interrupting you with my fuckery.
That was it for news. I was thinking of like other fun stuff that I had. I'm trying to find something else for fucking. No, I said that.
I was
just looking for
announce a tour.
Announce a tour with Young Thug.
For when?
August.
Fall or something? August.
August in Miami, Tampa.
I could have guessed that. Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee. Okay.
No, but apparently he's going all over North America. Apparently.
He ain't coming
I don't
here.
think he's coming here though, because I can't see him.
Oh, is it Arizona? California doesn't care like that, eh?
Whereabouts in California?
It's just everywhere.
Literally all
Toronto,
over.
October 4th.
Damn.
October the 4th.
And Montreal,
and the ACC, and then here. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, my G, think about that. We talked about this last time when they tried to tell us that the fucking what's the one? The Bieber concert was rescheduled to like July, whatever it was, July 1st or 4th or something. Like, so like I want to go, but like you really want. What's that?
With it being later than all the other dates, really in Canada, that kind of gives me more hope here. Because everywhere else is like, oh, August, September, and that's in actual America. But then over here, when it comes to it's like, oh, you're flew into October before the finish.
Well, I guess we'll know if it's cancelled by then.
Who knows?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not pessimistic necessarily, but I just feel like everyone's getting a little too excited with the large super spreader gathering events at a time. Like, even if people are vaccinated or whatever, I'm still not, like, now this, I don't want to talk about it, but, you know, like, the vaccine shit is interesting that everyone's relying everything on that, but Canada's, if say if it is the solution and it's the fucking way forward, Canada's mad slow compared to the States. So like, and there's also a lot of people who like probably aren't going to do it for various reasons. So I don't know what the, I don't know, man. I'm not like super confident that it's just going to be okay. Enough to have fucking, what, 20,000 people in the stadium.
That makes sense.
That's weird.
I have another one as well. I had another one.
What was it? Was it exciting?
Oh, two things now. So I just got sent this tweet and they were having a football debate and someone literally just quote tweeted. It had nothing to do with the football debate, but it said Australia doesn't exist. That's all it was. That's it.
Tweeting on the job.
That's all it was.
He's Mal. He's like Mal and Joe Biden, just playing with his phone all the
And
time.
there was a debate on Complex, and you remember this track Drake Forever?
With Wayne and
Back in the day. They were debating who had the best verse.
Oh,
which is
last
really
name
difficult.
ever.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it might be. It might be M. I don't know. It's difficult.
That's a good question.
I haven't heard that for so long. I'll have to revisit one time, and I can tell you. I can do some homework and tell you next week.
The thing is, Kanye's one.
That's too late.
Kanye's verse is pretty sick. What are some key lines? I guess if we read, we'll pull up the lyrics, we can check the lyrics. I don't mind even just sussing that out real quick. I used to love that fucking joint.
Yeah, so
we were on Drake early, so
that was my first Drake track I ever heard.
This one? Okay, what year was this from?
This was
9? Would be my guess.
2009.
2009 is what I thought. Okay, right on the Drake fucking thing. Last thing ever, first thing, grades, okay.
I think Drake's play is good.
Like a sprained ankle boy, I ain't nothing to play with. Started off low. Thanks to the haters, I don't cheat 4 pounds on a first name basis. Oh, and he did the. That's one of the first sort of songs that he was doing the flow. The like in the city faded off the ground. Nino, what's that? What's the Big Sean's flow.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah. That was a pretty sick verse. Okay. And then Kanye.
Mr. West is in the building.
Sometimes we're dreaming big favor change.
Oh no, that's the next one.
Came. Make it rain all spring. I don't know if that was the best one.
Wayne's one's pretty fire.
Well, Wayne's one's
Yeah,
sick.
Kanye's one's cool, but whatever. Okay,
Kanye's got good flow.
I think Wayne probably got it.
Hello, Mr. Mars. Space Jam jargon.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, smelled like garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the one to go with.
I don't know. I like Drake's verse better so far. Yeah, this one's cool, but I don't think it's the one.
The thing is with Eminem's one, he makes it his own song, basically.
Yeah, that was cool. But it was like 2009 Eminem. Like, who gives a fuck about 2009 Eminem? You know? Like, no shade. Obviously, he's one of the goats, and we know that's what it is. But
drop a mixtape and shit sounded like an album. Yeah, and actually, I think Drake verse is more impactful. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because
I actually probably did remember more bars from that. It's a lot simpler for people to remember too, but it was more impactful from the bars.
And if you think about it,
he's definitely a crazy cunt like that.
100%. If you think about it from Drake's perspective, he had to stand out. One was his song.
Yeah, Legends on his track.
That's a big lineup of legends to fucking go
It's
up
out
against.
rap.
I would be very nervous. I would probably rewrite. I don't rewrite verses ever, but I would probably rewrite until I nailed it. That's a lot, and I think that like you're 100% right. He's got more memorable lines. It was slower and simpler for people because Wayne already had that thing, but it was weird with the pronunciation, the typical weird Wayne shit. If you like,
yeah, he's stretching and skewing things, which is a great thing he did. But
right.
yeah,
like you like it or you don't. Kanye was on his little like was 2009 era Kanye. That was after 808s, before Yeezus, I think, or around the Yeezus time. So he was in that kind of things. I mean, I don't think Kanye shit was like he's talking the rape lines, which are a bit cool. Like I don't know about that. Obviously, bangs with Yeezy.
Speaks about the Obama thing.
Yeah. Oh, I think around the world like the shells. I like that. Fucking Kanye heavy. Yeah. I would say Drake. I think you nailed it with that one. That's a good question. It's a good one. That's a good one. It's almost like
it's a tough song to pick. I'm glad we kind of like threw our chips on the table and figured it out.
Yeah, we did, boys.
That's what we do here. We're just breaking down the fire collaborations. That's what we do. Make sure
like
people understand why it's good.
If that's interesting to people, I'd like to know. Like, if people are interested in lyric breakdowns,
we could pick like a verse of the week and discuss why it's good.
Yeah, we could do a heady one verse and run through it.
Oh my god! And then see why the lyrics are good, but why he's not good at rapping them.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yo, do you know what?
Sorry.
If we pick it, it'll take like 5-10 minutes. I feel like we pick one verse, and each of us goes each week, and we pick one verse. Yeah. We're like, all right, you can pick whatever verse you want. I'll pick like a Royce verse or something. And go through it.
Should
like,
be
this is my
a song with features,
naturally,
so we can compare the verses who had the best verse.
Oh, we're gonna do who had the best verse. Okay,
Right,
so
yeah,
as
the
opposed to verse breakdown, we do like who's got the best verse. We do like and we compare them. That's
a posse cat or something.
Okay, kind of what we did there, but actually go through the whole verse.
Yeah.
Pick one song to dissect.
Yeah, but instead of dissecting it necessarily, we'll just compare the verses and just like exactly what we just did, but actually go through every bar as opposed to scanning it and just picking out a few ones that we like. Like whatever. Each of us like, all right, no, you read out the verse, and then we can be like, see that bar, that was cool because of this, but it wasn't so cool. Like maybe because there's people who watch who aren't rappers, I imagine. Obviously, Tiff and Craig and Eric aren't rappers. So maybe
Eric got bars though.
Yeah, he does got bars. He understands.
And he can. Yeah. Anyway, that's
okay. But you know what I'm saying? It's like there's probably like Eric is a bad example. But maybe there's people who are watching who don't actually rap, and maybe you haven't thought about the small things that us little rap. 13 thumbs up. champions.
Oh, 13. That's a great number.
13. Which one is it?
Woo!
13.
13. Oh, it's on me neck,
I
eh?
got to take my hat off. I got a 13 for the thumbs up already,
Yeah.
And fucking, yeah, and we could just go through and explain why maybe we particularly think that this was a cool bar or,
It'd be interesting to hear because I have different opinions on you guys on rap as well.
Correct.
Because I want to know why some things are really bad to you. And why
I would love to go with that.
Yeah, and why I think some things are sick. Like, to me, generally, I still to this day don't understand why.
That's a great exercise.
No, she doesn't like Heavy One.
Oh, I totally understand.
I still don't understand why. That's the thing.
All right.
And I think, you know what I think, see that once I put my 2 cents on the table, I think you can kind of maybe unpack it a little bit more and better than I've explained it. So Dan can be like, oh, okay, cool. Because like he'll probably get what I'm saying, but you might be able to expand on why I am saying what I'm saying. Because I know you know where I'm coming from, but like exactly. But I feel like that's a great healthy discussion between generations, and then we should just put that on the table, mate. That's a good one.
I think we should start one. Let's do a heady one. You pick a song, but even the one with H, that was a good one with the Watch song.
Oh, that was good.
I like that.
Remember the song? Fuck, there was a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few, that I was like, yeah, this was good. I listened to the whole thing. Oh, that was another song. I remember I listened to the heady song, and I was like, oh, that wasn't, you know,
shit.
I liked the lyrics, but the delivery was bad because you had the mad pauses and shit in it. But I realized that the lyrics were actually good. That was a few episodes ago. I might cycle back through the notes and see if I can pick that, and then I'll talk about it again. But there was that was one example I could probably put forward to be like, this is why I think, you know, he just needs to, rap a little better. That's it.
And we can explain why, because I feel like there's a different approach to it, and there's a difference between being a listener and doing it. And because we've been doing it for so long, it's really hard to distance yourself from that when you're listening sometimes, because you're always judging. Just like, I don't know if people remember back to the early episodes, but you found it really difficult at first to listen to a lot of the music because you didn't consume a lot of new music because you either knew the samples or you didn't like the way things were mixed because that's how you hear it, or you didn't like the sounds that they chose for different stuff, or you thought this was based on, and it kind of just annoyed you. But I guess over time you've gotten used to doing that, and you were able to listen to it with different ears potentially, as in that you probably had to work at that to pull yourself back to be like, look, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and try and listen to it. Like, imagine being a brewer and every single time, like Matt from Tooth and Nail we had on last week said, it's just sometimes like it's hard to be a brewer and you drink a beer and every single thing you do, you're always over-analyzing everything. He's like, fuck, man, it's beer, just drink it. Like, you're supposed to just drink it, shut up. And I think it's the same with anything that you do. Like, if you're a coffee roaster, every time you have a cup of coffee, you judge everything. Or whatever, you know, you're a bartender, you'll judge, look at that cocktail. See, it's not supposed to be that color. That's the wrong size ice cubes. That's ridiculous. Like, you know, shit like that. So I think that applies to every single industry.
I do the same thing with watching movies. Whenever I watch movies, I'm just like, oh yeah, that, you know, like a car jumps out of a fucking window onto the street. It's like, oh, that trajectory wasn't right. They must have used cables to carry that cunt down. That doesn't fly with me. I didn't enjoy that drop. Like, you know, things like that. Like, you know, back to, it even stems from like back in high school doing media studies, and then we learnt it in school. We have to study movies and shit. And then always, you know, making short little things and stuff in school had like kind of, I learned so much about stuff, and I was interested in Foley and like wanted to be like a whatever cameraman and shit. But then from then I just can't watch movies really that I can't enjoy and shut the fuck up and just watch something. It takes me a while to get that hat off my head to be like watching something and just sit back and enjoy the fucking movie.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it takes a while.
My friends recently, they've done their masters, or they're doing their masters in data science, and they say they can't. One of my friends says he can't watch movies where they do like code breaking anymore because they do stuff like win, and he's like, that's not how it works at all. Like, you can't just go up to a computer and go. You
can't type something fast enough.
Win. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So it makes sense to overanalyzing it.
I think that's completely fair too. So that would be a good one. I think that would be a good topic that we.
I've already got a few artists in mind.
Okay.
Heady One, Future, Pop Smoke.
Yeah, we should bring the ones that we obviously don't appreciate.
Yeah.
And to see if we can, at the very least, lyrically break down and talk about the bars as opposed to like the whole delivery and the presentation, just on the lyrical perspective. That'd be fun.
That'll be good.
I was talking to Tiff before about this because she was like, "Yo, we should see if we can figure out how to play music on the show." And the only problem is we could do it.
The robots from YouTube will get you, mate.
Exactly. So what we would have to do is have an external mixer to plug into the microphone here, and then the computer probably plug into the mixer, and it would actually create a separate track that I'd probably have to record either directly onto this microphone, which I can do actually, and then run that through here, but it would only come through in our headphones and not through the YouTube live because it can't, like if anyone's seen Joe Budden, it was kind of inspired by the way they do it. If you listen to it on Spotify or on audio, you can hear all the songs. If you watch on YouTube, obviously you can't hear it. And there's some, like, that was the one thing I'm like, oh, but do we want to like alienate the YouTube audience by not being able to play it? We're sitting here like, oh, Jabby, yo, this is sick. And all of a sudden there's like 30 seconds of quiet while we're just listening. Like, I don't know. Like, we're trying to see if there's a way to do that, but I think it's be super complicated, like technically, to figure that out.
We'll research it.
Yeah.
I think for the music, the verse breakdown thing, we just put just a link to the song
in the description.
And then we'll just listen to it.
We can just look at the actual lyrics.
Oh, yeah, true.
I think that's really what we need to be doing. If we want to listen to it, we can have like a, I don't know, if you play it, I could probably play it through this, and it would come through the headphones and not through
beforehand for us.
Oh, beforehand. Yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, mate.
All right, we'll talk about that. Was there any other news, or shall we move on to what do you reckon?
What do you reckon?
Who's the fucking move on to what do you reckon, mate?
All right, well, let me play the. Oh, I fucked it up. It's time for. What do you reckon?
What do you reckon?
Feels like a kid show or something.
It makes it fun. It's a fun intro.
I had a little something, I think, from last week. Thank fuck.
I gave it a cheesy grin for all the viewers on YouTube.
Thanks, mate.
Thumbs up. There you go.
Cheesy grin. Oh, thumbs up. We got 13 thumbs up. It's fucking beautiful.
Oh, it's a 13 thumbs up, eh? All right, who wants to set off this little... Oh, I'm just going to...
I'll go first.
All right, Daniel.
Let me scooch.
Oh, shit. Daniel's coming in the building.
Oh, look at that mug. Look at that mug.
Everybody, make sure you have a nice change of panties.
Winsies.
I know, right? This wasn't even planned.
That wasn't planned.
Winsies.
Oh, shit. Look. Oh, with the drip. Because we both had sweaters on before, and we were hot. And I was like, oh, let's go change. And you were like that. So you were taking yours off, and I didn't see what shirt you had. I just went to the bedroom, and we both came out like, oh. No, she didn't get the memo.
Fuck, man. I mean, I could just get nude, like, whatever.
Why not?
I want to see.
I mean, like that's all I have to offer, dude. It's better than nothing.
Are we allowed to show nips, male nips on?
I can sit low. I can bob.
Craig said air horn. I'm gonna play the air horn.
Yes.
That was the air horn for Notion's nipples.
That was. Oh, thanks, man.
You're welcome, bro.
I mean, give me some encouragement. I'm drinking a triple right now, just like I'm anyone's after this. You ready? Let's go.
Man. You're about to fucking slaughter it up. All right.
I'm about to root my pillow. No, that's not the name of the episode at all, is it?
Like on Big Mouth?
This is not Big Mouth. No, that's right. My name is not Jay.
No, it is not.
He is quite the cunt. Anyway, problems that we'll put to the side.
You should see my drip, bro. I'm fucking dripping.
You should put him up to the camera, dude. I know we saw him before, but you should show us again.
See the drip, bro?
Oh, still on your foot. Look at that. It's so clean. They're inside. They're house slippers right now.
Right now, until I wear them outside, then they just drip.
The most expensive house slippers that you
can have before you get. Unless Khan's got the Gucci slides.
Gucci's. All right.
Give a bit of future. Anyway,
Daniel,
you're up.
Tell me something.
My question is, other than money, what would you like an unlimited supply of? So money was the easy answer, so I had to take that.
No, that's a good one. I already have an unlimited supply of beer. Am I right?
I know, right?
I mean,
Difficult.
Hugs.
Ooh.
So, interesting in the COVID world.
You like that?
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's not the COVID friendly choice, but you know what I mean. COVID doesn't exist. Have you guys heard of Florida?
Yeah, you should go there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go around
It's
Florida.
down there. It's down there.
Hugging mans. Nosh, what would you do? What do you want an unlimited supply of?
I've got like 3 answers that I've thought of.
Run that.
In no order. Weed, energy, and beer. But like beers is like whatever.
Interesting.
That's a good
Sometimes
one.
men get tired, but like, you know, I
Energy's
guess, you
a
know,
good one. What about health? Can you say health?
I think health would be well.
run out of health. Yeah, that's energy
I-
slash health.
Because
There
you got
you go.
health, you live forever, then it doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
have unlimited health. So who gives a fuck about anything else?
I would have said
Yeah.
health, I think.
Yeah, I changed it. Okay,
I think health is like the best.
health's the one.
Nice. All right.
Look at that.
Pretty good, guys.
Consensus.
Consensus.
Wow. Who would have thunk it?
We're just coming together on bad habits, mate. We're just,
Look
you
at
know,
us. Look at us.
we're just nutting out life one episode at a time, mate.
One at a time, mate. It's just fucking glorious. Who had the next question?
I'll fucking jump in the old pool, mate.
Get fucking in there, mate. Get your
Okay,
dogs
so
on.
get your togs on, get your fucking anyway. Okay, so what's your favorite beer and in brackets setting? So for example, like I saw a meme like honestly 3-4 weeks ago. What's that?
It says, I just saw a book. I've never even seen it on our shelf. It says on
Back it
bullshit.
up.
No, I'm trying to get it. If I tap onto here, here we go. On
Harry
bullshit.
G. Frankfurt.
What the
On
fuck is that
bullshit.
about?
You need
Sorry,
to
I
read
just
it
saw-
and report next week.
I have no idea where the fuck it came from. I've never seen it here. I've sat here a million times. Anyway, sorry, dude.
Where was it? Where was it sitting?
On the bookshelf right next to me.
It's a book which
You
presents
are
a theory of
fried.
bullshit.
You're more fried than me, mate.
Well, it's not mine. It must be Tiff's. It's amazing. I'm gonna read that shit. Anyway,
Tiff's more fried
Jorja
than me, mate.
defines the concept of bullshit and analyzes the application of bullshit in context of communication.
I'm fucking reading that shit.
It's
Actually, I'm gonna take it out.
Yo,
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Notion. I
you
apologize.
could probably read that while you snap them on off tomorrow, mate.
All right.
That sounds like a good read.
Rubbing one
Time
out.
to
Slapping one
Knock
off.
that one. Rubber. I mean,
Real quick, just
if
before
you
you
could
answer.
read that whole. Sorry, go.
That's okay. Craig says the three that he would like unlimited things of: studio space, cannabis, and dogs. Do you know what? I actually did think
that's
about
a good
dogs
that's a good
too.
triple threat right there.
I thought
Dogs
about
are
dogs
sick.
'cause
Everyone
dogs
loves a
are
good
fucking
dog,
great.
bro.
Everyone loves dogs.
Everyone
Makes
loves
it
a
not
good
Airhorns
dog,
for
bro.
dogs.
Airhorns.
Airhorns for
Airhorns
dogs.
for dogs, yes.
Is that a good episode name? Airhorns for dogs.
We've got a couple. Yeah, we can do that too. They don't get a lot of they'll get a lot of views for sure because
Cunts
mentioning
love dogs,
dogs,
eh?
it's a good fucking way to go. Cunts love dogs, mate. That's an alternate episode name. Cunts
Yeah,
love dogs.
Cunts Love
Don't think
Dogs.
it'll have the same ring as the other one. But as long as dogs are in the title, I think we're up for
I think we should be
winner
pretty good,
chicken
right?
dinner.
All right, I'm writing it down.
Yeah, mate.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Okay. So basically, I think a few weeks ago I saw this random ass meme, and it said like, you know, what's your favorite beer? And it had a bunch of like dot points and shit. So basically,
Yes.
what I'm rephrasing it a bit, saying like, what's your favorite beer? And in brackets, like the setting. So, for example, they had like, I'm not going to say this, but this was on the thing. They had like the airport beer or the beer. They had like, you know, the 6:45 beer at the hotel before you go out in this with the boys or whatever the fuck. So.
Okay.
So I had the thought of like one of my favorites ever has been always at the top of the hill / lookout beer. Like for
Rocks?
example, in Australia, you know, see at the Rocks, yeah, used to have a beer up there, or the beach, like top of the hill, or the beach sunset sort of beer. So there's like the scenic beer with usually sunset involved. So the scenic sunset beer is what I'm gonna just
That's a good one.
broad stroke that with.
Interesting.
So that's my like top one. I love a good shower beer, which
Do you
is
actually
something
do
that I
that?
don't always. Hey,
Do you actually do that?
I've done that many times, and the reason why it's come back into my life is because as a fucking hilarious gag joke from my glorious neighbor Alan, who I mountain bike with. He is a funny cunt, and he got me there's a brand called Sudsky.
I have that in my
SUD.
shower.
Are you fucking kidding? So
They
I
sent
put it
to
up
me.
and
Yeah.
that's hilarious. So I like have that in my shower too. And when the day calls, if I've had whatever, if I'm having a shower late enough in the afternoon, I've had I'll crush a fucking thing in the shower, mate. Let's go.
Still a little
I was gonna do like a couple product photos and send it to them, be like, well, go on, but I don't know.
You could. Their Instagram is at toiletries, like toiletries, but it's TOO. It's weird.
Interesting. I'll have a look. No, it's really funny because I got that and some other assorted scallywag items, and it was just it's always been a lull
yeah.
factor for me. So yeah,
That's a good one.
Sunsky in the
Shower,
shower, mate. Yeah, funny
Um,
shit.
Just before I get Dan's answer and mine, couple answers to the last question. Sean, what up, Sean? He says a new version.
See that?
It's hot as fuck. Yes. He also says cannabis would be his choice. I love it.
Everyone wants free unlimited weed.
And Tiff's, right? And Tiff's too, a patio beer and park beer.
Oh, good ones. Good ones.
The park beer here in Montreal is classic shit.
Oh, insane. Summer
Park beers?
Montreal beers.
Because that's basically as good as life gets, unless you're a wild man and you want to go and travel and go to Florida. The COVID doesn't exist.
I mean, you could go to Florida, but you don't want
What's
to.
yours?
If it's like 30 degrees, I'll be on my balcony. Balcony.
Dan's got a nice little balcony.
Good balcony.
You know what I'm saying? Give it a man down.
Balcony beer.
Okay. I would say I got 2. In these times, I feel like nothing beats it for me. We started to make Saturday nights like a thing where we don't work because we just work all the time. Like a few weeks ago, I was writing captions for a client at 4 a.m. on Saturday night, and it was ludicrous. So we were like, Saturdays, all during the day we can work is fine, but during the evening, like we cut it off and we watch, like try and watch like like a pre-show, like an hour long, like a mini documentary or a stand-up comedy or some shit, and then watch like a movie afterwards. Like and have dinner with the first one, and then
like a full wind down.
Exactly. I mean, we've done that the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I've been really enjoying it. So there's almost nothing better than that, like beer. Like you've had dinner, you watch that thing, and just have the beer. I know I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to my computer. Like I've actually closed the laptop. I basically leave it open all day, non-stop, all the time. But I started to shut it down, and that beer is glorious to me because I just know that like I have to do shit, man. I'm not filming fucking content. I'm not posting. I just watch and chill.
The movie or the thing you're watching hits different. Then you can actually kind of get into it a bit more because there's no distractions. You know, you've like dusted your hands off for the day. You can just put the feet up, just click the channel on and catch your count. Enjoy.
That's it. And that doesn't really exist in our world. Being we run our own businesses and shit, so we don't have that.
Yeah, you got to schedule the relaxed time.
Totally. So I get my nose is dripping.
Man,
the other one.
You are definitely the drip god today, mate.
Oh shit! I am the drip god. That's another episode.
Oh,
the drip god. The other one I was thinking that more people can relate to as well is whenever you're going somewhere and you just arrived, it's that first beer when you get there. So maybe you've been on a flight somewhere. Maybe when we drive to Toronto and then you get there, and then that first beer because you just had a long ass day driving or something. Or the opposite, you're coming home. Like I love coming back from a longer trip and then unpacking and then getting everything inside and then taking the rental car back because that's how we roll here. And then when I unpack and when one of the first things, I'll grab a beer and then we'll start unpacking everything. So I want to do that shit straight away because otherwise you end up having bags sitting there for days. So we do it like as soon as we get back, and I really enjoy that beer because it's like I'm home. I usually bring back more fire beer too, so while I'm having the first beer, I put the new beers in the fridge and I can have that afterwards, and it's nice. I like that.
I love that one, man. You know what I really love as well? Like, this is kind of what I would put as an equal first.
Okay.
It stems back to childhood, you know, it stems from an advertisement / dad, and, you know,
what do you say for
Hard Earned Thirst is a big cold beer, right? So basically... So dad, like, let's just go skip the VB advertisement and go straight to dad.
Right.
This bloke would like, you know, go out in his like overalls, neck to ankles, and go on big blue joints and just, you know, mow the lawn both sides. Fucking how you going? Even in the other houses anyway. And this bloke comes in, fucking just teeming with grass and shit, and he's just sweating his dick off, 35, 40 degrees. He's in woolen socks like a dickhead, gumboots. Fucking like everything except for goggles, and comes in just like absolutely dying. And sometimes he would stand on the porch and mum would like spray him down with shit because he's come so hot. Anyway, so he'd get out of the overalls and shit and come in, and he would barely even like, he'd be so fucked, but he'd get into some sort of fresh clothes like shorts or whatever and just go straight to the couch, air conditioning, and that fucking look on his face where he got that first beer is like have like a big mouthful. He's just that first like refreshment sort of like exhale. Look, I was just like, oh, I want that. That looks fucking sick. So that whole thing when you have a big long day, you've had a kind of a day at work, you've had a 10, 12 hour, whether you've been inside, outside, whatever the sitch is, you have that big rewarding sort of beer in the first sip. It's like, fuck yeah, that's a good beer. Like whatever that is, whether it's a cooler or a fucking wine or something, just whatever you get in you.
Drink.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I guess that specifically resonates because I can visualize that shit.
Sad to jump in, sorry.
The good thing about, no, it's a good one. Us, as you know, millennials and Gen Z, we don't do hard work anymore. Fucking that. You pay someone to do that shit. Fuck that, alright? You know what I'm saying? You're lucky I do my laundry, bro. Fuck out of here.
Whoa.
Right? Jesus Christ. Alright. I'm gonna run one for y'all bitches.
You better fucking do it.
This is the flip side of what I asked last week. So last week I said, what's an artist you hate but everyone else loves? This is the opposite. What's an artist you love but everyone else hates?
Ooh. I need to look for one.
Yeah. Anyone?
Everyone loves everyone. Actually.
I don't know if it's like hate or doesn't know about.
See,
that's probably more the. That's a different.
You know what?
That's a different question.
I can easily say, and I never even thought about
Yeah,
my
we
answer,
can.
and I normally the question asker doesn't always answer first, but I think I got one. Justin Bieber. I feel like
Please
more
do
people
it.
fucking hate Bieber, but
Oh.
I fucking genuinely love the country.
That's a good answer, dude.
So I feel like that's the only one that I can think of that fits where, like, everyone knows about him, but they just think he's a dick or they think his music's whack. Where obviously he's a champion and his music is incredible and it's the best in the world and he should win everything. Ever. It shouldn't be a Grammy he doesn't win. Anyway,
Oh man.
what are you guys thinking? No, you got one then while you're looking? Or you got
I
one?
think I've got two, maybe. But maybe, I don't know if it's specific people that don't like them. Not necessarily hate. West Side Gun.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
fair.
that.
He's the least like them.
He's like,
Griselda
yeah,
by far.
but I really like his music. Just gives me gas. It's not like he's not like incredible like lyrically, but like just the shit he does. It's so wild.
And he's dripping.
He's dripping as fuck. Like, he's seriously dripping.
Oh,
Fly
I
Guy.
got one.
Yo. That's a good one.
Interesting. But I think maybe, and Jaden Smith is another one as well. That I think certain people really like him, but a lot of my friends don't even.
They think he's a
at
liker.
all. Yeah, but
It seems cool to me.
I think he's very cool.
Yeah. I'd love to be his mate.
I think he's very misunderstood.
He's made some beats.
Yeah, I'd love to be his mate. He's
Yeah.
great. He's great.
Totally. Go
It's
on.
amazing. Joe Biden,
Okay.
because
As an artist
everybody-
or as a, like, you like him as a rapper?
obviously I love him as an artist, but everyone hates him because they know him as a person, and that's how they usually get to know him.
That's a
first,
really good answer. That's a
right?
great answer.
Because thanks, man. Because whenever I've said, honestly, man, stemming back to the fucking call center days in Australia to like, cunts over here and shit, it was just if I mentioned Joe Biden, they're like, oh man, like he's so trash. I'm like, why? Where do you know him? Like, do you know his blah 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 song? No. Do you know this album? No. I know his music. I know him from that show. I'm like, what show? And then I realized and then I found out his fucking whole reality show life and all that sort of bullshit. But also, there's a segment of people that know him from the reality world, from the TV stuff, and then from the podcasting stuff, from Beautiful Struggle.
That was the Complex show. Yeah.
During the Complex days, and
Everyday struggle.
So there's Everyday Struggle, something like that. So fucking, he was, he had all kinds of opinionated shits going on there, and butting heads at all sorts of generations and folk. So yeah, whenever I'd say Joe Budden was fire, because I'm coming from an MC and MC's perspective, he's a fucking top tier MC, and a lot of cunts just know him from the personal side. So that's something that I definitely get hate for when I exclaim how dope of an MC he is, and that's pretty much only where I'm coming from when I'm talking about Joe Budden, because like after all the things that I've seen and whatever, like yeah, sometimes he's a bit of a cunt, but like. He actually, just got his shit together. Like, you need to hear him out. Some people just don't want to hear it. So he definitely, is loud and gets his point across, is aggressive and shit. But hey, man, fuck, that's how he rolls. It's great to see.
Yeah, he's done really well with that. Even Tiff and I would talk, because she really loves him. Like, basically, if you hear Tiff listen to a podcast, it's Joe all the time. And we watch it. She listens to it on audio, and then she puts it on the TV side.
It's crazy.
Watch it, and I enjoy it. But like, I feel like over time, and the amount of time, I don't know how long we're listening for. Not that long, like a year or two. Not like
Yeah.
It's been going for this for many years. I didn't pay attention at the beginning, but it's been cool to see him even grow, because the aggression's still there or whatever that he does. That's just how he talks. Because he's New Yorker, remember, as well, and he's a little.
Yeah, he's loud.
He's a little intense, but the some of the it's just funny even just hearing their takes because they all have like fuckboy takes.
Industry
industry takes
as
are
well.
fantastic. The industry shit when they speak on that stuff is gold, but the funny shit is when they start doing relationship stuff, and basically the only person with a real relationship there is Parks, and none of them know what the fuck they're talking about because they're all going for the Instagram baddies, and all the Instagram baddies are going for the fuckboys, and it's this like toxic cycle of fuckery, and I'm like, this is the drama you guys are. It's just really funny, but it's interesting to watch them talk. Because Joe's older than me, like not by much, but he's older than me. So like watching these guys, when I've been in a relationship for 10 years, and like watching him talk about all this dumb shit, how he just fucks up his life constantly by making poor decisions with, you know, seemingly not super intelligent people. It's just so funny to me. You're so successful, but so fucking dumb at the same time. But then their takes on music are, but you want to hear him say it because you're like, look at this fucking guy. But then the take on music is great because he understands it more than he comes across, like the industry.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a really good example. And I always tell him, I was telling Tiff, I was like, obviously we knew about Button back in the day. I never fucked with his music. I liked him in Slaughterhouse, but he was my fourth on the list for me. He's like the bottom. But do you remember all the boys like Justice? Like if people know Justice from Melbourne, he won Scribble Jam in 2005. So he was a friend of ours. It's 360. We always hang out together, like Pez, like all those dudes. We
used to freestyle in the car parks. We used to hang,
yeah, like after. Do you know what I was thinking about yesterday? There was one night. Sorry, this is like completely going off topic. After an event at, I think it was called Word Bar on that little alleyway thing in the city, and we all were outside.
Oh my God,
it was Styles, 60, Pez, GMC,
me, you,
Justice, Chaos, me, and you. And I think there might have been one or two others. We were all saying our real names because we all knew each other. We all like had that. This would have been 06, maybe 07. So like Facebook was around and shit, but like people wouldn't know what everyone's real names and like like Pez. It's just a funny story. Pez, so 360 and Pez were huge. Like Pez they were really big. 360's multi-platinum, like insane success in Australia. And Pez, his name, he goes, man, my name's Perry Chapman. He's like, my younger brother is Jack, and his name's Tyson. Like, what the fuck? How did I get this name? And then Justice, he's a little half Asian dude, and he was like, my name's Christian, and my middle name is Francis. I'm Christian Francis Ng. Like, what the fuck? And, like, GMC had, like, 2 crazy middle names. Styles, who's a producer who produced 360 stuff and a bunch of other things, he's like, my name's Kalen. Like, just everyone's name would, like,
putting all the babies on last
time. Dudes were just really funny. Like, it was just very, very entertaining to hear everyone do that. I don't know why I said that. Why did we say that?
We're just talking about Justice and
they love Joe Budden. That was they love Joe Budden.
They love Joe Budden. There you go.
And then I remember them loving Joe Budden because I didn't know anyone else. I remember they playing mood music too, and they would know every word, like at a party or someone's house or whatever. They would rap every fucking word like we would with Wayne or something. Like cunts banged with Budden, so I imagine that you banged with him around that time frame because everyone else was there.
Definitely did.
Couple quick comments here from Tiff. She says, "I'm shocked with how much I like Joe Budden." Oh, so that changed to Joe Budden. Oh, hidden. Okay. She goes, "I thought he was a whack, bitter old man for like a decade, and the podcast changed everything." That's true. And Sean is saying KSI would be for him. Yes. Do people hate KSI though? I thought people liked it.
I don't think people hate him. I just don't think people who actually listen to like rap actively respect him as a rapper.
No, I saw one of
I don't really respect him.
No,
he's a cool guy. Like I think he's great. Like
he's a good YouTuber. He's a YouTuber who raps but not a rapper.
Yeah, he has a record label.
Yeah, like full signing dudes.
Like he's signing people. Like he's
use
like,
your power, bro. Fuck
yeah, he's a great guy.
I never hate the hustle. I just don't like the music. Sean always sends me the stuff, and I'm always pushing back. I'm like, bro, I don't fuck with this stuff. Like I can't. And he mentioned something. I was like, all right, fine. For you, I'll fucking listen. And I watched the video today, and I was like, it was like EDM shit with this dude who looked like
young blood guy. He's a weird guy.
Yo,
man. I don't know who he is.
I didn't put the link in the thing notes because I didn't want you to even have to watch it. So like, there's Polo G.
He never used to look like that though.
Who did?
Young blood guy. I remember I was close with a couple of friends.
Is he British or is he
I don't
American?
know. I think he's American. No, he's English.
Yeah, because that means
from Doncaster.
English. So that's
Oh,
why they were in
English.
the thing together, and Polo G was separate. That makes
Doncaster,
sense.
love it.
So
Donny, mate.
Doncaster, what was the name of the centre? Doncaster, Shoppo, fucking Shoppo.
Shoppo, Donny,
Doncaster,
mate.
Doncaster.
Pancake parlor,
That's what it
yes,
used to look
mate.
like?
Yeah,
So
no,
there's this
it's
dude,
like
this guy
this.
Youngblood, and now he looks like Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he's got
what?
like the
The
extentation,
goth
big, like,
thing?
hair, but like the one side's pink and one side's black, and he's got full makeup on, almost like a girl's makeup, not even punk makeup, because he's kind of like a punk dude. He looks punk, and he's got painted fingernails and the what's the shit you wear, the eyeliner you wear around the eyes and stuff. And something. Look, that's lip injections, bro. That I think on the side, Tiff taught me enough about it. Like that's lip injections. What?
Man's just trying to look cute as, eh?
He could just be gay or something, which is fine. But like,
I never thought he was like this though.
Yeah, it's
literally
very
had-
weird.
I had a couple friends who just tried to put me onto him. I was like, I'm not really banging his music, but like. And when I saw him recently, this is like the most recent I've seen him. It just looks so weird. Like I just never thought.
it's a lot, and it was like an
Pretty cool.
EDM song almost. I was like, what
Yeah, I
in
wasn't a
the
big fan.
fuck is this shit?
Wasn't me.
But
There was a couple. What the fuck is this shit with the music this week,
We
which
should
we'll
move on
get
to
to.
it.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Like 1:15.
Oh my god, yes.
there's a
like,
couple little randoms.
I'm
you know,
very glad you said that because I
Yes.
literally thought that I had to skip so many.
Little
I
segment.
can't even put a top
honestly,
10, like,
this was probably the worst week in music.
It's-
For,
But there was so much to
6
listen to, and it was
much.
so
I
shit.
thought
But
I
it
was
was
genuinely
mostly-
being trolled. I thought I
Oh.
was being trolled. I was like, this isn't the list, is it?
Yo, but okay, of the whole time, this is 44 episodes. How many times has this happened?
Yeah, that's true.
Both of
That's
you.
true. Like,
I can't think of another time it's been this bad.
I've never really skipped songs. Like, I never really skip songs at all. I skip songs.
Yeah,
Nosh is usually the song skipper out here.
Like, I never.
I'm definitely the hater of the group for the skip team.
Well,
But
then
I think I had close to 15, maybe more than
Life.
15 things that I could mention / breeze over.
All right.
That's more
I reckon I
than
probably
you
had
know.
about that too.
That's like as much as I don't know, but like I don't have good things to say about everything. But like
but you want to talk about
better than
Alright.
I didn't want to be a cunt either. There's some things that I was like thought was trash as are fully let out. Just didn't even want to touch it. Just left it alone.
There was
Fair.
some like. I don't know.
Should I do that? I think I should because I don't want to like
Well,
trash cunts for no reason.
Yeah, if
That
you.
makes sense.
It's not for no reason. It's just like I just
You
feel
can
like
sort of say if it was weird or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
okay, I'll be nicer. I don't know because sometimes I'm like nah, bro. Like, and I still want to be a cunt.
Nah, you're
But here
right.
we are.
Nah, you're
Bad
right,
habits.
mate. Nah, you're
Yeah,
right.
nah, sweet
Nah,
ass,
you're-
eh?
Always taking the Lord. Alright, let's get
Fucking pocket me, Lord.
Mm.
I'm grabbing a beer before we start this music shit.
All right.
Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be
Dan can
30
go
seconds
first.
or
Alright.
probably 10.
I can
Go.
first. I won't even be. I'll be quick.
Hey, I'll be real.
I'll be real quick. Like legit, very quick. Rapper Big Pooh. I think he's just cool. He's a sick guy.
Cool, huh?
He's just cool.
You should check Little Brother.
He's got good shit.
Yep.
Good shit. I'm looking through my Apple Music history
Okay.
just so I can actually remember the tracks.
Well, then,
Just so I can like envision. So I can
Oh,
actually
you remember listening to it
listen
and being
it.
like, this is how that
But
was.
like, I assume when I don't remember, it's shit. But then
you've
like,
got the best recall, I think, here. You're really good with remembering all this stuff.
like even like I don't remember. The Bruno Mars thing was pretty cool. They're definitely pretty cool. Don't remember this one. This one, oh, I don't even want to get into it. It's
Which
trash.
one?
This thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, you know, I'm not trying to hate, man. I just don't want to hate.
Yeah, I don't want to hate.
Okay, so what did you like?
What do I like?
Let's do what Nosh was saying. Let's talk about what you
Rapper
like.
Big Pooh.
So Rapper Big Pooh had the What Was Lost EP Volume 2. I think last week we talked about Volume 1, which I went back and checked after you said it was super fire because I forgot.
Yeah,
And it was great. And this
It was
one had
really
Fonte on it too. It was really
it's
good.
good. And Benny Butcher, the
Yep.
Thanksgiving tune, hard.
Yes, and I added the video. The video was cool.
I didn't even see it.
Oh! I added the video because I added it earlier today, but I put it in
Oh,
the
okay.
backgrounds.
Okay.
The video was cool.
The 2-song, I think it was the EP with Russ and 3 other people. I don't know
A guy
who
called
the-
Blxst.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I rate Russ. He's hard.
Yeah,
This
cool.
one's cool. And what else? That's about it.
That's what you did, yeah?
I think everything else I just don't really remember like that, or it's just like it's not.
That's fair.
It's not really. I don't know. It was just really odd this week.
It wasn't a normal week.
I genuinely thought I was being trolled, like legit.
That's pretty
There's so many. There was like a dubstep song as well. I was like, what the?
that might have been my Spotify algorithm fucking with everybody because I just kind of put in what
How many
comes up.
times has it happened to you on this list? Like,
Yeah, this was a lot.
I was like,
Yo, you
"No,
should
do you know
see
which one bugged me out.
which one.
This one.
Oh yeah. You don't know who he is though.
No.
Canadian legend. And Jen's really being cautious. Doesn't want to shit on anyone. You guys gotta respect that.
No.
I'll tell you about him later, but he does good stuff. But that was not.
I want names. I want the juice. I want the sauce.
I can just say Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos. I didn't really.
Right. So
He
that
doesn't
was,
know who Chaos
okay.
is, and if you got no context and you heard this song, you're gonna be like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, literally.
So I get it.
I have notes for that one. That's great.
Okay, no, you're up, bro. Just run through that.
I'm fucking gonna go. Benny the Butcher, Fire in the Crib, not bad. Couldn't stand that he's written off his phone. I'm sure he's had enough time to practice his fucking bars, but it was okay. I threw that away. The Brent Faiyaz thing,
I'll explain what it is after. Yeah, go on. Yeah, the Brent Faiyaz chick song. Show you
not bad, smooth thing. Jorja Smith, Addicted was dope. She shot and directed that whole thing on her iPhone, which is pretty cool. She said that on her Instagram, so that was fun. Jacob Banks for My Friends, that was super chill, sad, somber joint, but had some jams. That was a good sort of EP.
Yeah.
I Am Nobody had a House Hughes EP called House Hughes. It's pretty much just house bangers, very Kaytranada vibes. Some very familiar samples in there. That was really fun. That was kind of like, clean the house kind of vibes. Well, that's what I do with music like that. With the 4 on the floor kick, like the dance shit. I always want to clean. Anyway, D-Smoke Spotify singles is cool. He's a sick cunt, so that was church.
Yeah, killer.
Benny and the Butcher and Harry Fraud Thanksgiving. It was all right. I honestly wasn't as good as other things I've seen from that sort of camp. Benny was dope regardless, though. The Price, Bass, and Wyclef song, that was dope. Beat was cracking. Everyone kind of smashed that one. That was just good. That was different. Haviah Mighty had a song called Good on My Own Tonight featuring TOBi. That was dope.
Yeah.
Really, really catchy. Everything about that was cool. TOBi was proper. So yeah, Toronto stand up on that one. Merkules and Too Short had a song called Yeah, 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 which was super lols at the fact that even was a song that made me laugh. I don't know, it seems like just, Merkules is he's got the budget to hit up like the old school heroes, and like it's good because he's picked up some real good OGs. He's done like Twister and like Too Short and a bunch of other big notables. Exactly, the game. So like it's just like, yeah, it didn't seem to fit amazingly, but it was just like, I don't know, I wasn't huge on the sound of it, but I hate how he talks about guns a lot. That was the only kind of thing that seemed to pop up a lot with him recently. Yeah, Merkules has a kind of gun raps in it. I think he's just trying to break the American market and trying to do his thing there. So that I just noticed there's a lot of mention of guns, which didn't seem to fit. He's from Vancouver, for fuck's sake. So I know he's had a hard life and he's like he's about that, but like I don't know, I just don't. It doesn't hit with me because it doesn't seem like legit.
Yeah.
I don't think he has bangers on him, bro. He says some funny things like that, but fun. Chronixx, that was just standard Chronixx song. That was cool. Our homie NEEQ did a song, looks like a dancey sort of song, poppy EDM song, kind of dance hall-ish, but more EDM pop. It's NIQC and Meryem Sakai. Anyway, so the homie.
The funny thing is, I know
Sachi,
she's
yeah, sorry,
from
my bad.
Montreal, but she's friends with like
Oh, really?
and stuff. And then NEEQ is our friend from Melbourne, who's actually from Quebec City.
Sorry, I butchered that.
It's all right. But yeah, so that one tripped me out when I saw the names. I was like, it can't be NEEQ.
Right, that was a great song and great features. That was proper. That was proper. That was dope. I like that. And then the Chaos song, just what I needed. I was not expecting a 90s fucking rock joint.
Yeah, that was
from
weird.
him.
That was
wild. That was weird, and it was cool. Like I listened to it because, like, I was doing shit, cooking and whatever. So I put it on and walked away, and I'm like, 30, 45 seconds, maybe a minute into it, I'm like, turned around, like, did I put the right song on? I came back and checked. It's like, yeah. So, oh, fucking, all right. So I listened to the rest of it. Exactly, because I kind of was like, yeah, nah, but then I checked. I had to have a look. And also the Bruno Mars, Anderson.Paak, Silk Sonic, fucking the intro that you put on was crazy. The Leave the Door Open is out of control. Yeah. Can't wait to hear more from them. I love them both dearly. They are the best. End of story.
Are you done? Sorry, because you said end of
Is
story.
ya-
I thought that meant you were done. But done.
Yeah, is y'all finished? Is y'all done? I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Okay, I respect it. I'll move it pretty quick. I'll try and mention
Thanks,
a few
mate.
things. I guess now I was reading back and following along as you guys were reading, I actually didn't dislike it as much as maybe you were saying, Dan, but it definitely wasn't as good as past weeks.
Dan's a hater, isn't it?
I'm a big hater.
AllDay, who's an MC from Melbourne that I
Oh, I
enjoy.
couldn't even.
Yeah, but
Come on.
I fuck with him. I know you don't. This wasn't my vibe. It's almost
This
like
was
indie
super
pop
weird.
now, just like Chaos for the new song called "Just What I Needed." Like Nurse was talking about, went rock.
I listened to
AllDay went indie pop. So it was okay, but I'm curious to hear his album in case he does rap. But he might all be. He's gone weird since he cut his fringe and started to have like. Bangs.
It looks like some Daniel Johns stuff. There's kind of like got some. I need to make sure he's okay kind of vibes. Like I mean, there was parts of it which were cool. It's good music. It's not bad. It was just weird. I was not expecting that because I'm used
Did
to
you watch
other
the
kind
video?
of all day. I did.
So you know the weird goth dude in the video?
Yeah.
That's how
I
the
don't know who
guy
it is.
from the KSI video looks like.
Oh,
The young
fuck,
blood.
really,
He looks
eh?
exactly like that with the hair, with the makeup, with the clothes, with the nail polish, the whole shit. Like he looks like that. It's very, very funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Benny Butcher Fire in the Crib, which is the Fire in the Booth from Charlie Sloth. And they're just doing it at home, and Charlie Sloth does an intro and outro or whatever. It's a little lame, but whatever. I guess they keep it moving.
Yeah.
Blxst, but Benny's bars were fire. He did read off a phone. I was actually going to text you about it. Because I remember when Drake did that back in the day, he got a lot of heat from it, but I don't think it was ever gonna
On the
say shit about it.
BlackBerry.
Yeah, the BlackBerry in like 09 on Tim Westwood in the
Tim
UK as well.
Westwood.
So I was like, all right, Benny, maybe that was a nod to Drake. I was like, I don't know, but it was. I didn't really care. Do you know what? It made me feel good because I've always find it tough to memorize lyrics. I just never really need to. We only did it. I only memorize them for music videos and filming and performing. We haven't performed for a while, so the music video is the only reason I memorize stuff. And then it's just some songs. So like you record them, I'm like, I don't know. I remember some of it.
Definitely not mad at him reading them from the phone. It's just like, I mean, if I was going to go on video and do like a freestyle for fucking, Fire in a Booth, I'd memorize my goddamn shit. I'm just, that's all I'm saying. Because I'm sure he's got bars at the fucking ass. He's got songs at the, discography. So I get it. But like all the comments that I was seeing was like, why is this guy reading from his phone? Like in all sorts of variations with all sorts of cussing. It was just hilarious. Every platform that I saw it on was funny, man. Just, everyone's like, yeah, it was sick, but why are you reading from your phone? There's so many funny variations of that. That's what I was there for, the comments of that.
Well, that's good to know. That's how the culture feels about it. The culture is not with.
Everybody loves him, but it was just like yeah, but nah.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Hey, man. That's fair. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
What else was lit? The Blxst and Russ little EP. It's only a 2-song EP, and Russ was only on one song, so I don't know why they advertised the whole EP with Russ. Maybe he produced the first one or something. But it was cool, and I heard someone else shout out this Blxst dude somewhere else. I forgot where. Maybe it was Joe Budden. I don't know. But anyway, this dude apparently has an album out or some shit. It's supposed to be super cool. Yeah, the Brent Faiyaz song, I believe it was for like Women's Day or Women's Month or something like that, was cool, nice and smooth. Jorja
Nice.
Smith, like you said, was cool. The Jacob Banks, I was a little concerned. I thought maybe I pulled it from another week, but because Spotify doesn't sometimes feeds me old shit and tricks me. But either way, slap. I'd heard most of the songs before he dropped them as singles, I guess. So that one was really cool.
Yeah, that's true.
IAMNOBODI's House EP was great. I loved it. And I don't like House. I thought it was fantastic. So it was super soulful. It was really soulful.
It was more like vocal house, all
Yeah.
samples, soul samples, which is the reason why it was good, I think.
Yeah, agreed. There's only 4 songs, so that was slapper. Yeah, D-Smoke Spotify singles were cool. The Benny and Harry Fraud, by the way, the Thanksgiving song, it's from, I believe, maybe Harry Fraud's producing it at The Plugs I Met Part 2. So his new EP, or album, whatever you want to call it. So I think that's the first single from it. What else was cool? London Grammar, How Does It Feel? I really fuck with them, and that song was great, like straight up and down. Their style, I don't even know what you call it. It's kind of rocky, kind of soulful. I don't know. It's unique shit. What else
Chilting.
was lit? Yeah, Merkules and Too Short, like you said, got good budget. I just liked that he's doing it. Wasn't in love with the song, but I enjoyed the fact.
No,
that
it's
he
just
gets
cool to
involved with
see.
those artists.
Yeah.
Haviah Mighty and TOBi's one was super cool, which was good for them. Happy for them. I like the IAMJOSHSTONE and Juelz Santana song called Drip Sauce Swag. Mostly just
Couldn't
because the
find
hook was
that.
like drip.
Tell me about it.
Sauce swag. Like that. It's ridiculous.
Fucked.
I kind of was hoping.
That sounded ridiculous.
I was hoping that you would hear it, so you would get mad at it here. I really think so.
I
I know she's
find-
gonna hate this song.
Oh, I can't wait to get
Yeah.
mad at it. No, I'm gonna find it eventually, and I'll be like, I'll come at you with like an update, throwback to this
Bring it back.
episode, and we'll do a callback, and we can complete this little circle here.
You probably like Juelz verse, but because he's
He's the man.
What else was cool? The High Klassified and TroyBoi. High Klassified is also from Montreal, producing. He does a song called Dojo. I quite like that. It's kind of a little bit EDM-y, drum and bassy type of shit. Still, what's it called? Soul Election vibes. The one you mentioned before, the NIQC, NEEQ, and Meryem Sachi, 3 at M. I guess it's supposed to be 3 a.m., I guess. Just cool vibe. NEEQ's a good dude. We've been mates with him forever, like 15 years plus. That's the homie. Funny that he's from a couple hours from here, but that's why he's working with him, I imagine. The
Big
Mellow
ups.
Music Group came back with a single with
Oh
Odyssey
shit!
called No Trouble.
Yes.
Cool, 'cause Odyssey's
This
been
was
gone.
super fire. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention this. This is my bad.
That was a really good one. The last week, you boys were both creaming over the other one that they released. So it looks like they got an album coming up, which I like.
Slutty.
These motherfuckers keep doing it. These dudes who are paying for verses. Someone called Erase E or Erase or whatever
No,
did a
it's
song
just
with
trash.
Rape one called Urban Warfare. And it just sounded so fucking.
It sounded
amateur.
so bad. Like the quality of it was horrible. Like 16-bit. It just sounded like a video game, just like distorted soundtrack with a ripped together. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. It
I'd
was
be
bad.
pissed if I was Rape one. That he bought into that. What else was cool? Yeah, Big Pooh. What was last EP? Volume 2. And Xavier Omar did Tiny Desk, which dropped today. So I put it in last minute, but that was great. 17 minutes. He did Blind Man, which is a fave.
That was fire.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So actually, that work, it wasn't like, there wasn't like as much shit. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Yo, I ran this song back at 3 times. There was none of that. But, bound to happen here and there. We've been pretty fortunate so far. So that's about it this week. Just hit the 1.5 hour mark, boys. Everyone good? Wrap it up. Put it to bed.
Pretty fucking keen as, man.
Notion, where can everyone find you online, man?
At Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. At illnotestudios.com. Holla at your motherfucking boy. Let's go. Dan?
I Dan Johnson on Instagram and Twitter, and if you're interested in video games, come at me on Twitch and HTFGXMING.
Say that one more time.
HTFGXMING.
Fuck it, A. X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking,
It's like
I could actually could actually have the A because Instagram wouldn't let me have it.
Oh,
Someone else has it.
You're gonna get more fucking unique names. Oh, you could trademark it there too.
Trademark it.
Y'all can get me at CWEFOR on Instagram and fucking Twitter. That's usually where you're gonna find me. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening, mate. Thank you for everyone who gave us a thumbs up. If you haven't, we're on 13.
We've got a Baker's dozen.
Let's get to
Baker's
20.
dozen 13.
That's a good 30. Let's get to 20 thumbs up.
Sword.
Big, love you to the people who put thumbs down. We love you. We want you to come back. We want you to love us.
Yes.
We want to hug you.
Yes.
So love here.
Even
We're
if
going to take thank
it
you.
was a robot. Thumbs. Yeah, I was going to say, get your thumbs.
Let's get the
Get your
thumbnail.
boobs up.
And we're going to get we got Daniel in this week. Here we go. We're going to get the thumbnail.
That's a good one. That's a special thumbnail.
Here we go. How we looking in it? Oh, we looking pretty. Oh yeah, beautiful. Everyone's looking at different places.
Sitting pretty.
What else was I gonna say? I say that for yes, hit the thumbs up, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're
Ding.
this
Give us
far.
a ding.
And then hit that notification bell with the ding that Notion just mentioned, so you know when we drop. We come here every Monday at 8, somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. It seems like 8:30 is the vibe right now. I'm liking 8:30.
Okay, it's good.
I think it's like a good one. We had a good turnout tonight. This is great. Appreciate
We always
everyone.
aim for 8, and then 8:30 is a nice little roundup. It just seems to be a good cush.
Yeah, I feel like it's enough time if we're fucking up and running a bit late. So 30 minutes is enough time to let me just
Love
quickly eat something or whatever we have to do. It's good. We'll be back next week, y'all. Appreciate it. Fucking follow us everywhere. I forgot. I keep getting off the thing. Follow us everywhere at The Movement Fan. Social. Hit us up. Follow us. Say g'day. And lastly, what else do we say? I don't remember. I don't know. We'll be back next week. Love you, cats.
Get it in you. Have a good
If I
one.
can get it in you, let me play the song. Hey, hey.
Catch a
Get it
can.
in ya.
Catch a can. Boom. Catch a can.
Shit.
We're going home, mate. Catch a can.
Yeah,
Have a beer, have a wank, mate. Catch a can. Yeah. Fucking smoothies. Catch a can. Catch a can.